What is up, everybody? How's it going today? It's Duncan Clark here, holistic life coach, mind-body practitioner specializing in chronic pain, TMS specifically, that's tension myoneural syndrome, or tension myositis syndrome, as many of you might know of it as, also known as psychophysiologic disorder, PPD, or neuroplastic pain. Many names for the same thing. The mind-body syndrome. First coined by the late great Dr. John Sarno. And I'm here today to continue to promote his knowledge, his work, his understandings, and to help other people. That's my mission, to help others also help themselves and feel better from pain that they need not be experiencing, to help eliminate pain for people or to diminish it substantially. So today I'm here to discuss a client question. I asked the client if they were happy with me addressing it on YouTube, and they said they'd be more than happy with me to do that. So of course, for the purposes of client confidentiality, obviously I'm not going to mention their name, but I will present their question. Now, they're a skeptic, and that is why they've reached out to me and they've asked me this question, because they're a skeptic and they're unsure, they're new to TMS. And personally, I invite skepticism. I think it's a good thing, especially when it comes to issues or problems of our bodies. Rather than just accepting whatever we're told, it's to dig a bit deeper and to do the work and to suss things out for ourselves, to be a guinea pig in our own experiment almost, is not such a bad thing, because when you finally land on your truth, the truth, you will know it is the truth, and it's going to stick deep in here, and that's what will change those subconscious old beliefs that you've had around, or we've had around, the experience of chronic pain in our bodies. And when that shift is big enough, then we see great changes. Okay, anyway, moving on. We're 3 minutes deep into this, nearly 4 minutes that I've been going on for long enough. Here we go. I've had chronic lower back pain for years, and every doctor I've seen says it's either degenerative discs or wear and tear from age. They've shown me scans and said my spine looks a bit damaged, so I just assumed that explained the pain. But why does it sometimes hurt more on some days and less on others, even though my spine hasn't magically changed overnight? Could it really be something to do with my mind and emotions rather than just the structure of my back? Honestly, that sounds kind of hard to believe. How would you explain that? All right, so first up, first line. I'm going to take this line by line. Okay, they've mentioned that they've had chronic low back pain for years. First of all, I just want to remind you all that it does not matter how long you have had your symptoms for, you can recover from them as quickly as if you'd had them for a matter of days, weeks, or months. It does not matter. Remembering, we're reminding ourselves all the time, this is an emotionally induced condition. It's an emotional response. The body is the unconscious mind. So, we all know that emotions can change in a nanosecond. 90 seconds of shifting our focus, for example, completely changes our emotional experience. Anyone that's tried to change a habit knows that I believe it's the 90-second rule anyway. You know, like, you think about something else and you focus on something else for long enough, and that old experience, the emotional experience you were having, will shift. And that is what happens with pain. Exactly the same. Remembering the pain is an emotion, it's an expression of your unconscious mind. It's an emotional expression coming through the physical, manifesting in the physical. So yeah, does not matter if you've had it for years, weeks, or months. This can change literally in a nanosecond. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in me. I've seen it happen in clients. It happens just like that, like switching on and off a light switch. It's amazing. So moving on, they said that every doctor they've seen says it's either degenerative discs or wear and tear. And that is assumed from age. Now, they're only in their mid-30s, so age, nah. Mid-30s, that's young as. Degenerative disc do not cause pain. Wear and tear is a horrible expression that needs to be done away with, and it's unfortunately been drilled deep in our psyches. This idea of wear and tear, this myth that wear and tear causes pain, it just needs to be obliterated. It's the worst. I hate it. It's the same as when people talk about bone-on-bone arthritis. Just the sound of that, like it makes you cringe. The truth being, it's not the source of the pain. It's not the root cause and root source of pain. So degenerative disc, any spine surgeon would be able to tell you. They could take 100 people off the street, scan them, MRIs, scan their spine, and 70% of those spines in people, I believe somewhere around the age of mid-30s to 40s, will have bulging discs, degenerative discs, and yet only a fraction of those people will actually experience pain. And of that fraction, some of those people will have perfect spines. Their spines won't even show degeneration. Other people will have moderate degeneration and might experience pain. Some people will have a large amount of degeneration and not have any pain at all. So I suppose what I'm highlighting here is there's no consistency. Dr. John Sarno explained this years ago, and it was the reason why he ended up pursuing this work and pursuing his theories and continuing to study them, because he could see there was no consistency within his clients, within his patients. He saw there was no consistency between structural abnormality and pain. None whatsoever. It made no sense. So he's looking at these scans and saying, this is crazy. This is crazy. There's people here with perfect spines and excruciating pain. There's other people with really pretty horrific degeneration, and yet they were experiencing little or no pain. The body was not the problem. He could see this. He saw this 30, 40 plus years ago, and that's why this work was such a revelation. So that clears up that first weak point there. They've shown me the scans and said my spine looks a bit damaged, so I assumed that explains the pain. Well, I've just covered that. The damage is not causing the pain. They also said a bit damaged. I mean, it's obviously a little bit vague, but if they said major damage, major structural changes, but even then I would still want scans to be done and to be sure, like big structural changes don't necessarily equal pain. You have people with scoliosis of the spine, no pain, so major changes of the spine don't have to cause pain. So again, this belief, this misbelief, this lie that we've been sold, and we've been sold a lie, and that's the problem. And that lie is deep in our unconscious, and that's what drives this. This is the driver of it. We need to change these unconscious beliefs. We need to change our knee-jerk reaction to the ideas of what constitutes and equals pain. So they go on to say, but why does it sometimes hurt more on some days and less on others? Even though my spine hasn't magically changed overnight, could it really be something to do with my mind and emotions rather than just the structure of my back? Honestly, this seems kind of hard to believe. So yeah, they're skeptical. They're finding that kind of hard to believe. But yeah, again, naturally, remember, we're dealing with an emotional experience here, an emotional issue. If you even want to call it an issue, emotions aren't an issue They're there to guide us. They are our messengers. And we need to listen to them. We need to take heed and listen to our emotions. What are they trying to tell us? How are they trying to guide us in our lives? Emotions are constantly shifting and changing. Emotional experience is a transient one. It's always shifting and changing. So why does it sometimes hurt more on some days and less on others, even though the spine hasn't changed overnight? Well, we all know we wake up one day, we feel in one particular mood, and we wake up on another day and we feel in another mood. We hope for consistency, but we're human beings, we're emotional beings, and so naturally we're going to have different emotional experiences day to day, minute to minute, hour to hour. And that's why pain can change in a nanosecond, because our emotional experience can change in a nanosecond. You know, 1 minute something has made you sad and frustrated, the next moment you've received some incredible news, and in a split second in your brain you're suddenly elated and, oh, things are okay. And often in that moment we're so distracted because of the good news perhaps that we forget about our physical body and we feel better. So yeah, that's it really in a nutshell right there. You know, this is, emotions are transient. So if it was structural, an acute injury, that's different. It'll hurt consistently. It'll hurt when you walk on it. It'll hurt when you stand on it. It'll hurt when you use it, because it's supposed to hurt when it's an acute injury. It's supposed to hurt because the body is protecting you, trying to protect you. It's saying rest and heal. That's what pain is there for. Acute pain is there to protect us from further physical damage. Chronic pain is there to protect us from emotional experiences that are too difficult for us to suffer, too difficult for us to experience. And so pain intervenes. It also acts as a messenger to say, wake up, it's time to change. Okay guys, that's everything for today. For anyone else out there that might have had a similar question to this one, I hope that helps clear it up for you and gives you a little bit more insight into the nature of psychophysiological pain, PPD, aka TMS, and I look forward to talking in another video very soon. Alright, take care for now.